Hello, 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 and welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's been a while since I recorded, so I don't actually remember what the last thing I played for you guys was. I assume it was my first run with each character. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek at my stats, blah blah blah. Since then, as you can see, I've racked up an obscene number of hours, and while it does look like my win rate is about 75-ish%, it's actually better when I'm playing classes that I actually enjoy, that I'm actually good at. The defect, I have a lot of experimental play with, so a lot more losses than I'd like. I do wish there was a way to mark a run as just for fun versus serious mode, because I feel like when I'm playing to win, I can win much more easily, much more consistently than when I'm just trying things out. And I've begun the Ascension play as well, where you get more challenges put into the game. I've also started doing daily climbs every now and then. Start with 5 copies of Alchemize and the White Beast statue. Whenever you defeat a boss become cursed, your starting relic is replaced with Cursed Key, Darkstone, Periapt, and Duvu Doll. Okay. Card rewards contain only 2 cards. This is actually a really interesting run. Your starting relic is replaced with Cursed Key. I don't know what Cursed Key is. This makes you stronger for every curse in your deck. I'm not sure what these two are. So, anyway, let's just say there's a lot of different ways to play the game. And they're all quite fun. For now, I'm just in the mood for running Silent or Defect. Let's do a basic Silent run, see how it goes. Alright, I don't know why my screen is doing this. Let's see if I can adjust it. Off we go! Neo the Whale! Alright, enemies next to combat have 1 HP can be very nice, but there's no elites within 3 at all. I could follow a complex series of question marks to try to reach this elite in 3, but I'll probably get into a third conflict on the way. That's an option. Curse with plus 14 max HP is the right out. A random rare card I could try to build around, or I could get a new boss relic, but I like my starting relic, so let's go random rare. Bullet time. I actually do not like bullet time. It's spend all your action points. Everything costs 0 for the turn. But it's not a bad card. It's just not my favorite. Where can I maximize campfires? It looks like I can get 1, 2, 3 campfires down this road. 1, 2 down that road. 1, 2. So I think I'm going to take this road. It leads through an elite with a little bit of cache building. This might be a little bit better, actually. Still get 3 campfires. Yeah, we're going to try this road. Well, this time there's no harm in doing it. It lets me play my entire hand. Stab. You know, I might be wrong about bullet time. The problem I have is when you're in a situation where you draw cards, and you draw into a 3-cost card, it tends to be... There's no way to avoid some damage here. It tends to be less good, because it costs 3. But in this early game where that's not an issue, it's actually quite useful right now. Really, really bad luck with the direction. Oh! I took unnecessary damage by 3 there again. So this is starting out pretty bad for me. I'm playing suboptimally. If I take Poison Stab, I have a poison source. If I have a poison source, I can then start trying to work towards making a poison deck. Poison Stab is a pretty lousy poison source, but it does work. But none of these are pretty good either. I'll take it just so that I have more options. 12 cards, smash them to keep them, 5 tries, no do-overs. Alright. An extra, no. Do I want to spare Neutralize? Costs 0, but takes a card slot, but it is good, but I don't know if I want to spare Neutralize. Corpse Explosion's kind of nice. I don't want Normality. Endless Agony I wouldn't mind one of. Corpse Explosion. Enemies lose all poison, deal damage equal to twice the amount lost to all enemies. That's a finisher. I would rather have Catalyst. So I could have picked up many cards there, but I chose not to. Alright, something that helps with poison would be nice here. Discard 3, gain 2, no. 10 AoE, discard 1 at random, that's reasonable. None of these honestly jump out at me as must-haves, or particularly goods even. The next time I hit a shop is going to be here, and between then and now I will have done several conflicts for more money. So I'm okay with using the card removal service and just getting rid of something substandard, like a basic strike card. Let's focus on money. I'm going to get money by going through monsters more than I am by going through questions. So monster, elite, campfire, monster, treasure. Yeah, this is the best path. Assuming I can do this without losing too much health, which is a big if. Alright, definitely want a bullet time here. I take it back about bullet time. It's probably not great long term, but in the short term, it's very nice. Long term, I don't know how my deck's going to shape up, but I don't know that I'm going to need a card that literally reads no more card draw, stop rolling through your deck. But in the short term, right now, it lets me play things a lot. This synergizes with poison, but as of yet, I don't even have poison cards. I just have that one poison stab. Bullet time, for example, here lets me go full out for broke against these guys, while still getting full defense. It's really nice. This is one of the things I really enjoy about this stage of the game, or Neo the Whale in the beginning. I would probably never have taken the time to pick for a rare card out of rare card options. Interesting. This, if it's in the same hand as Bullet Time, will actually proc. But 16 damage isn't very much. Not for the limited scenarios where it can be used. Yeah, we're going to skip out on this. Alright, here we go. And this is actually a pretty decent boss for me. Let's go neutralize. This is the lowest health, and I want to kill the synchronized ones first, because they're the more likely to have damage that gets through my guard. I can actually full block with just one card, so let's do that. And really, and you'll notice I used the neutralize to take away his artifact, and then poisoned him after, because that was the effect I really wanted to give him. Well, at least thanks to bullet time I can full block here. This is a really bad deck right now. Like, I'm probably going to take a lot of damage in this fight. If I'm going to hit him just to preserve health. Oh, it doesn't work because he had the artifact on. That was a misplay. So I'll still take 3 damage here. I should be able to kill him this turn with any luck at all. Of course, I have none. Do I stab him or not? 5, 10, 18, 16. Yeah, I stab him. Nope. It's 5, 8, 13, and I take 3. Not worth it. I'll get another opportunity to finish him off. It's not a big deal. For example, bullet time. This will eventually deal sufficient damage to kill him. So we'll do that now. But I'm taking the full damage here unblocked. From here on, though, I should be able to get through this fight taking almost 0 damage, except for the 1 or 2 turns where my entire hand is filled with junk. He'll be poisoned before he goes off. This is 8 damage straight, so I can free to attack. Focus the weakest one, because I can potentially re-poison him easily. Full block. He needs 6, 9, 10, 11. He needs a little bit more damage. I'm taking damage here either way, so I'm going to go full out on this guy so that I don't get any more junk in my deck. There's no helping this. So I took about 20-ish, I don't remember how much I started with, but roughly 20-ish damage this fight. Which is not great, but it definitely could have been worse. Ironically, that AoE 10 damage that I turned my nose up at would have been very nice here. Alright, and he's at 1, so he's as good as done. Boom! Whenever you play a power, heal 2. Okay, that's nice. I don't have any powers yet, but maybe I'll get some. Dodge and roll is a good general ability. Block now, block later, upgrades nicely. Doppelganger is also nice. Draw X and gain X for later. Enables a whammy turn. I'm going to take Doppelganger because I have bullet time, and potentially being able to use both in one turn could be very powerful. Bullet time for 2 is much better than bullet time for 3 when you're drawing into it. But since I have literally 0 cards that draw me cards within a turn, that doesn't need to be upgraded yet. 4 poison does a lot more than 3, but this is a pretty lousy card anyway, so upgrading it doesn't feel very good. This one becomes usable even with 0 mana if you upgrade it, so I'm going to upgrade it. Otherwise with 0 mana it does you nothing. Another fight where AoE would have been useful. So 5, 9, 13 damage facing me. I can block 10 if I block everything. I can probably kill this guy off though. 5 and 3 is 8, plus neutralize eliminates him completely. So yeah, let's do that. Or do I just stab him? No, let the poison work for you. Okay, so he's gone next turn. So now I only have to block 8. I can go 6 and 12 here, take 8 on the chin, and be rid of the shield gremlin. No, I'm gonna try to do this fight without taking damage. And I will take a... If I take a +1, I'm gonna draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards next turn, plus 6. So statistically I will draw 3 defense cards and 2 stabs. Probably. Yep, I'm good. I'm good with this. Let's go for it. Because the turn I'm most going to need the extra whammy is going to be early, not late. This fight. Okay, so. If I go full out for broke on this guy, I only deal 12 damage, but I power him up. Which I don't want to do. So we're going to take out the shield gremlin. Armor up. Good. And now, all I need to do is 2 block each turn. Oh, but when I stab him, he gains strength. So really, I'm looking for another whammy turn to finish these guys with, ideally. Oh, this is not a whammy turn, just looks like one. Full block. If I hit him, I set him up for a quick kill next turn. And I happen to have the defense to tolerate anything he could throw at me. Case in point, he dies next turn no matter what. I now only need to block 5. However, I don't want to hit him again because I'll take at least 1 damage. Like, I know it seems anal to worry about 1 HP, but considering how badly I was playing before, I need to make up for lost time. Oh, wrong turn ordering. Well, doesn't matter, but should have gotten both of those. Literally, as I say, I need to play better. Alright, we're all good here. This is a nice simple power, it's free to play, and it lets me retain a card, so it effectively increases my hand size by 1, but the real value is I can retain bullet time for when it's more useful, and I gain 2 HP every time I play it. So I'm definitely picking it up because it synergizes with what I have. Plus 14 max HP, which effectively heals for 14 too. I can get 1, 2 campfires, or I can get 1, 2 campfires. So the real question is, do I want a shop or not? If I go this direction, I have to hit an early shop, which is pretty useless to me at 100 gold. And then I'll get a late shop where I'll have probably about 150 gold. But I'll have to face a second elite before hexacores. I don't know if that's smart or not. If I go this direction... Yeah, let's go this way. It's a little safer. This can be upgraded to retain 2 cards instead of 1, which enables an even whammy or whammy turn, which is nice. This can be reduced in cost, which is kind of not so relevant. This can be more defensive. These can all be more defensive. The reason I'm not immediately upgrading these is I often like getting rid of them if possible. Alright, let's move along. Enemy fight. Ah, excellent. Whammy turn. Extra card draw on account of my innate hero ability and free heals, and with a retain on the side, we're gonna go. We need 2 blocks and a stab for good measure. I could use this, or I could retain it until such time as I'm ready to really make use of it. So not this turn. Eight and 5, I need both probably. Yeah, for a full block I need both. Keep that. Still needs a lot of love. I'm gonna get bullet time in my next hand, so I'm willing to go +1 on my cards and keep poison, so that's +2. And there's the bullet time, so everything must be played. Yes! Okay, so this is kind of the mother of all poison cards for if you like poisoning. I can either go 3 fights or 2 fights in a question. 2 fights in a question. Upgrade a card, but 1 in 4 times you get really screwed. I'll take my chances, because I really want some of these cards upgraded. Yay! It looks like I got lucky. No curses. Okay, more enemies. Heal 2, of course, which is nice. It looks like I don't have time to play this because I need full... I mean, I'm gonna take damage even if I play all 15. Let me get another card, see what I get. Discard 3, gain an action point. I can discard 1, 2. If I discard 3... Here's what I'm thinking. If I play this, and I discard 3 cards, and I keep this, that gives me 5 action points. I can expend all of them into Doppelganger and get a real whammy turn later. Problem is, I'll take a lot more damage. I'd rather just spend all my action points guarding here, and live to fight another day, so to speak. At which point discarding these for 2 action points is meaningless, because I have to discard 3 cards for it. I could play this right now, but that's pretty weak. So let's keep Noxious Fumes for later. And when the turn arrives that we can play it, we will. Okay, this is not the turn. But this is the turn where they're not attacking me, so I don't need to defend anything. So, for sure we're going to have to attack one of them. I don't know which is more dangerous, and I don't know what negative effect he tends to inflict. I bet you it's weakness of some variety. Let's do that. That, +2 heals. I forgot about that, but that's a nice buff. Good. Do I go Doppelganger? I think I do. Bullet time is coming next. No! Use Doppelganger on the bullet time turn. Because on the bullet time... No, you have to spend all 3 actions to play bullet time. Never mind. I was thinking I would have all my action left because everything's free. Yeah, let's go for the mother of all whammy turns next turn. We're gonna retain more damage, because I'm hoping to kill at least 1 source of damage next turn. Oh my god, he does Entangled. Entangled means that you can't play your attack cards. So on this, the turn that I intentionally built to be a whammy turn, where I would have been able to deal 4, 8, 12, 16, 20-ish damage, I actually can deal 0. I'm still good at bullet time because it's free, but these are all unplayable now, so I'm not even able to full block. This is really bad. And I have 2 wasted action points on top. My god, it could not have gone worse. Let's do that. Gonna be okay here. 5, 11, 14, 21. He's gonna live no matter what I do, so I need to block when I'm done with everything else. Alright, now he's more or less dead. Make that more, please. Otherwise I'm dead myself. Actually, I can't full block. I feel like there was a better way to play this fight. I'm actually fairly certain of that. Though I'm hard-pressed to, in the moment, think of which decisions I should have done differently. I guess if I had known for sure that I was going to get netted. I generally like free cards that attack, but I don't really need it right now. Deal 9, draw, and discard looks nice. Yeah, we're good here. I actually do apply weakness pretty often, so I could potentially use this. But it's effectively just 5 damage, cantrip, so yeah, never mind. I hate you slavers so much. I'm not going to worry about it too much, just going to use it now. Best laid plans. Poison. Nice shield block here to full. It's much easier when he's not got a second buddy forcing me to D-up constantly. And that's game. Even if he entangles, it's still game. Is there another power in my deck? No? Okay. This heal 2 per power is really nice. It means 1 pass through my deck I heal 4, so I tend to heal 4 per combat. I don't like this card. I feel like it bulks out my deck unnecessarily. But it does allow me to do some significant improvements against Hexacore, which it might otherwise be a hard fight if I don't have it. An outmaneuver I do like. In general, it's a pain to pay 1 to gain 2 or 3 actions later, but since I'm so big on whammy turns, it might prove useful. I don't know, it's tough. I don't think either of these are particularly good choices. But right now, if I'm asked, what does your deck do? It really doesn't do anything. It builds to a bullet time turn, and it doesn't really take advantage of it. At least this exhausts itself. I can take it because even in 1 pass through the deck, I get rid of it. If I rest, I definitely have enough health for the next boss. But if I don't rest, I'm taking my chances. And I will take my chances. I feel like I need to push a little harder here. That's fine. If you can't do it with 6, you can't do it with 8. Bullet time for sure. Okay. This is tough. I have 1 free turn to do whatever I want with. But I have bullet time too early. I will need bullet time next turn. I don't have it then. Right now, the only thing I really want to do is strike, and that's it. Defense, defense, reduce strength for 1 turn, defense. None of these matter. Doppelganger, I could do right now for a full doppelgang. I'm passing up 6 damage. That's a good trade. Let's also drink a Thorns Potion because this is a multi-attack boss. Now, heal, cripple. I can actually afford to play this entire hand, I think. Minus 1 card. Alright, stab, stab, defense, defense. Nope, the whole hand. Beautiful. And I only take 8 damage. That's a good play. Good so far. 6 damage. Keep him crippled. And I've already managed to full deck cycle. Oh! I have retained, so I actually need to be smarter about using cards. I shouldn't just finish my hand each turn. I can play 2 defense and then retain survivor for later, potentially. I definitely want to play out my attack right now. So that's gotta happen. I do want a full block, so I need to play 2 cards, and then I can retain 2. So let's do this. Retain the defensive options or the offensive options? It depends. What am I about to get? Oh, I can't check my deck? Okay, never mind. In which case I'll just take 1 of each. What am I about to get? Looks like I'm about to get mostly offensive options. But I'm pretty sure he's going to power up. So we'll keep 1 of each, that's fine. Good, good. Yeah, I did not need much defense, that's fine. So we can bullet time here for sure. And just deal 18. Or I can deal 18, not bullet time, and take 6 damage. I don't want to do that. I can deal 12 damage, save bullet time for later. There's not going to be a lot of turns that I want to use bullet time in general. That's not true. I think retaining bullet time makes sense here. I'm going to retain bullet time. So 1 damage I'll accept. Keep pummeling him. Retain bullet time. And retain an additional attack. And next turn that should allow me to do even more damage here. I actually don't need any defensive abilities for him. I just need the defensive ability for myself because of this card. So strike, block, pummel, and end turn. And then we will keep bullet time and survivor, which I can then use to forcibly discard a burn should I find one. Alright, he's about to do a significant amount of damage if I can't do anything about it. Easy choice is easy. I now only need 10 defense. I can get that easily enough. Just continue the damage. He's at 19 poison, which is very reasonable. I am going to draw 50-50 next turn whether I draw defense or not. I'm going to take some damage here. And I will keep Piercing Wail as my ace in the hole in case he decides to inflame or do some serious damage to me. Not yet. 5, 10... I keep saving bullet time and not using it, but I also keep not needing it. Like, I have perfect block right here. There it is. That's what I've been saving Piercing Wail for. Let's use my whole hand this turn. Piercing Wail should get that down to 0 damage. Strike. Strike. Oh, dang it. I keep forgetting. I can't just willy-nilly use it. But he's going to kill himself on my thorns. Yup. And all I need to do now is block whatever's in my hand, which is nothing. And boop. Very effective fight, very little health lost. This is actually a very easy choice. Nightmare costs a lot, which is cool with my bullet time trick. However, all it does is gives me a triples of 1 card. There aren't a lot of cards in my deck that need tripling. Wraith Form is very cool in that it makes you invincible for 3 turns. But then terrible in that you lose deck constantly. So the obvious choice is After Image. It synergizes with my heal 2 per power, and it is arguably one of the best cards defensively in the game. Elites drop an additional relic when defeated. Always have an extra action. I can no longer upgrade cards, however. And I've got a lot of cards that I'd like to upgrade. At least 1, 2... I mostly want to remove these, not so much upgrade them. This is just pure profit if I'm willing to fight a few elites, though. It's a tough call, but I'm going to take the Fusion Hammer. I generally speaking want to have an extra action in a winning run, so... I no longer need to map bio campfires now that I can't craft at them. I would say the more important events are merchants, to remove unwanted cards from the deck. And I got one merchant up close and one merchant down far. I can avoid elite fights or choose to take them depending on my health. And there's a reasonable number of recovery campfires. This is a good run. I hate the birds. Poison will make slow work of them, but this one's going to upgrade his damage, and that's just going to be a pain. So let's do this. Let's go Noxious Fumes, block, pitch that, and then Doppelganger for a couple extra, and then full retain this hand. I know I'm taking 2 damage, that's okay, because I'm really hoping for a massive turn next turn. And it looks like I got it. My entire hand is full. We're going to go Bullet Time. And everything I play is going to give me armor now, so let's begin by playing an armor card. Now what? I can Massive Strike this bird to knock him out of the air. And he's the upgraded one, so he was the most important target. This one I can't get out of the air. But he's not upgraded. This one's about to be upgraded, so he's actually a more important target, even though he's not damaging right now. 1 damage I'll accept, because it'll allow me to retain these blocks. And I'm about to only draw 1 block. Well, I'm about to get Piercing Wail. I think it's okay to pitch that. We'll keep this for later. Good. This Well-Laid Plans, or whatever it's called, functionally increases your hand size. So yeah, Piercing Wail's good here. So that none of them are actually damaging me this turn. And that allows me to save Bullet Time for later, as well as an additional defense. I want a whammy turn that I can actually make good use of. Good. They are no longer on the leash, but this one's already dead. This one's dead with a poke. This one needs work. Bullet Time, please. Dead with a poke. Needs work. And now they're all dead as they stand. I got through that fight with 0 damage taken. I'm rather proud of that. It's a power, it boosts defense. I love it. Okay, that's lousy. Do I want to spare Slice? Not really. I wouldn't mind Alchemize. I like Alchemize. Ooh, I would like Infinite Blades, and I would like Jack of all Trades. Infinite Blades, please. Thank you. Why do I want Infinite Blades? Because A, it's a power synergy, B, it'll get out of my deck, so it's not like it clogs up my deck forever. It gives me a little HP back. I can start the game with an attack in my hand at all times. I can start off fights with a whammy turn, so to speak. None of these really swing true. Here's the problem. If this is a poison deck, it literally only has these 2 to poison with, which is not much. If this is a heavy punchers deck, it literally only has basic strike cards that are unupgraded. I neither do damage fast enough nor defend hard enough. It's a tight deck, but that's about all it is. So I'm really aching for a focus right now. Shivs deal more damage, add Shivs to your hand, would give me 1-2 Shivs per pass, plus a Shiv at all times, but that has anti-synergy with Bullet Time, because you don't need to save Shivs for anything. I can remove a random card from a hand, that's fine. I can always start the fight with any given attack, and that attack could be my Poison Blade, I guess, but there's no attack that's critical to start the game with. Gremlin Horn is a good general use thing that whenever you kill an enemy, gain tempo. I don't know. I fear that my deck doesn't actually do anything particularly important or well. I could grab these 2 Shiv cards and then pray for a third one down the road. I'm not a fan of these. We're just going to use the card removal service, plain and simple. We've got 6 blocks, and that's it for our deck. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes, and that's it for our deck. 6 attacks, 6 blocks, and then a series of support cards that'll either exhaust themselves or... yeah. So let's remove a strike. We have After Image and Dexterity. I'm tempted to remove a block, honestly. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Remove a block. Last chance to add this. Every pass through my deck is going to give me 2 Shivs if I have this. 2 Shivs is 8 damage per pass through the deck. I may regret this decision. My deck is big now, and it's not particularly well focused, but let's find out. I think I need a bullet time here off the bat, because everything here is playably good. Poisoned right off the bat. He's going to deal 14 damage. This is a full block. So Dexterity has already paid for itself. Unfortunately, my heal 4 came before I took any damage. Fortunately, I haven't taken damage, so, you know, it's hard to be really broken up about that. 7 and 10 is 17. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to discard Well-Laid Plans in favor of saving it for recovering health later. Because I do expect to go through my deck at least one more time before this fight is over. And I am forced to take a little damage here no matter what. So this should heal me to full. That should reduce him some. 6 and 4. I can't actually get through his hide with all my attack power. Unless I do this first, which will heal me to full. At which point I can do 13, which is just enough to get through. Which I should. Do I reduce him? Yeah, sure. With any luck, I don't actually have this problem again. And I will aim for a whammy turn, where I actually punch through him a little harder. Finally. After Image is going to make this hand sing. Watch. First things first, After Image. Full heal on account of all the powers in my deck. Wow, despite all of that, I still am going to take a lot of damage here. I could Plated Armor so that I only take 1. I'm overthinking this thing. Just let it happen. Well-Laid Plans will heal me up, as was originally intended. And now you all see the Shivs that I'm running through this deck are synergizing with the After Image to continually give me more and more block, which is getting me to the amount of block I actually need each turn. And I'm at the end of the fight. Pitch the Artifact. Actually, Artifact I want to hang on to, because statistically I'm going to have to fight the Snecko at least once. So if I take this card, I'm all in on hoping that I don't get the, whatchamacallit, the Time Eater. But otherwise it's a cantrip. It replaces itself and maybe gives you some block. This helps me dig through my deck. That's actually a little better. Because right now I don't have any dig. Campfire is strictly for HP gains, so I should avoid campfires. And since this guy is sandwiched between them, I'm actually going to take this Elite on. I'm going to heal both before and after the fight, so I really should. Piercing Wail will make it... Can I get through this without taking damage? 18. 21. I can get through this without taking damage. But if I do this, I can do the same. and have spare actions. Actions which I can use to go boom, boom, and get the poison train started early on this enemy that consistently puts armor up. There's 0 defense in this hand. I'm gonna take 21 damage on the nose. There's nothing I can do about it. Further, all my healing powers are in this hand. This is why I'm glad there's a campfire coming up. Alright, now I can use some of those healing powers. The bonus damage to Shivs makes them 7 damages, which is very reasonable. And we're just going to doppelganger here, big time, and retain all the defense I'll need for next turn. Because, yep, Enfeebling Spores is going to weaken me otherwise. After Image first. And, oh, I almost forgot I have to bullet time. I don't have to bullet time. I have 8 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have enough to play this hand straight up. Good. Good. Alright, and here's where I can just block, block, block. And that should be a full block already. Poke for the weakening, and retain bullet time for next whammy turn. That was beautiful. You know, this deck takes 1 cycle to really start running, and then it starts running beautifully. Like, he's already dead. He doesn't know it yet, but he is. And that was the worst case enemy, the kind that defends against multi-hits, like I'm doing. I don't even know if I need this anymore, but I'm going to take it. Just because Poison with Envenom is a ability that continues to scale through the end of the game. And since I can't upgrade cards, I have to full heal, which is just going to make this no-brainer. Save this for later, use this now. Cripple this guy. So I can full block with 1 card. The Noxious Stab and Accuracy. Why am I focusing on the Gremlin? I want him dead to the Noxious Fumes without me having to hit him again. 1 less enemy, 1 less source of DPS, etc. And now that they all just got power upgrades, it's even more important that he's dead without my having to do anything. 27 damage incoming. Oh, shnikes. I can do nothing about that, actually. I can after image here and doppelganger, but I can't do anything to really prevent this. Also, if I doppelganger here, I won't be able to bullet time next turn. And I don't have retain yet, do I? Oh, I do have retain? No, I don't. You know, it doesn't matter. Doppelganger will also give me the action points to play the cards I draw, probably, so it's okay. Let's do it. As much block as I can manage, which is not much. And now for the fun. Dex up. Best of all, we're healing as we go, so Dex up, Shivs up, retain power, more healing. We don't need any block this turn, so... How much poison is he taking? 5? This puts him on lethal, so that's good. And we'll keep these defense for later. And that should do nicely. Okay. Unfortunately for us, he just full summoned, so... Bullet time for sure. Oh! Should have acrobatics first. That was a massive oversight. I can't draw once I use that ability, so I need to do all my drawing before I fire it. These guys aren't actually doing anything yet, so I'm going to ignore them and focus on the leader. Focus on the leader. And I'm going to need all the block I can get. Actually, holy cow, I just blocked 30 damage. The amount of poison on this guy will probably be dead before he can do his major attack. None of them are fighting me now, so I have free reign to set him to lethal, and then just focus on the leader. We're gonna keep these. I don't need Piercing Wail because these guys are functionally dead. He's gonna buff everyone, himself included. He's on 6. I really need to eliminate him before he starts punching me. Let's go stab. Get me Shivs. Shiv, 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 stab, poke. God, what I wouldn't give for that thing that lets me poison when I attack. Every attack would be poison. That'd be awesome. I could be regening here. If I had started that a couple turns ago, it would have been more effective. For now, it's a little less important. I did it again! I forgot to acrobatics before I bullet timed. Just focus the leader because I think we already win this fight. Yeah, we already win this fight. Retreat! Retreat! Okay. This is just always a good card. Defense and draw in the same card. Mandatory sleeping is mandatory. Whenever you play a power, reduce something at 0 cost. So I have a power-centric mage. That's unusual and very cool. Can't afford any of this stuff. Can't afford a random heal card. But I tend to have enough heal since all my powers are functionally heals. I don't really need any of this. This is the only one I'd even consider. I'm just gonna pass. If I become cursed, I have almost no way to correct it. I have no shop before the boss, and Writhe is an unplayable card in my opening hand. 50-50 is not enough. I'm gonna leave that be. Do I want to get a cool artifact at the cost of lots of damage? Yes. Ow, ow, ow. Ah! The first attack play each turn that costs 2 or more is played twice. I don't have any attacks that cost 2 or more. That was completely unnecessary. I could take another boss on before the final boss since I'm going to heal anyway. And I feel lucky and I need to use my regen potion, so yeah, I'm doing this. And it's Slavers, so this is going to be a real good test. If I can beat Slavers, I'm in great shape. I need all my powers of healing right now. I think this is easy. And oh, when I use a power, something else becomes free. That's cool. Let's do it again. Okay. Let's get some more cards. I don't want to worry about this just now. If I Piercing Wail, I'm taking 6, 7... Slavers are probably worth using both these on. I'm taking 6, 7, and another 7. 20-ish damage. 10 block is spitting in the wind. But I have to do it. Yep. I can full block here, or I can get the poison rolling. I vote for not full block. I can partially block. I'll block, and then retain all these poison cards, for when I eventually get to bullet time my hand. Oh my god, that was in fact a perfect block. I just couldn't math. Let's draw and hope to draw into bullet time. No luck. Okay, that's fine. We're taking a lot of damage here. I only have 3 actions to play this hand out. Let's use these because that's gonna make other things free. That went really nicely. And Shivs are still low damage. They haven't been upgraded yet. I can poison. I can triple Shiv to get to 12 damage more on him. That's still not enough. 15, 22 incoming. I can block an additional 17. That's a full block. I think I have to. I think I have to go full block here. And I'm okay with pitching the Poison Blade because I'm going to keep Blade Dance and Blade Dance. And do I keep Shiv? Or Doppelganger? Next turn I'm going to have Bullet Time for sure. If I Bullet Time, I can then use Doppelganger as a cascade, so to speak. So we go Bullet Time, and then I have a massive Doppelganger. There's no card draw in this hand. I don't know if this counts as card drawing. I don't think it does. I don't want to find out I'm wrong, so I'm going to go ahead and pre-use it. No. Learn. Good, so it does not. I'm at full health, but I still want to use this now to buff the costs, or yeah, buff the Shivs. He's about to give me the you cannot attack next turn debuff. If I can in any way prevent that, that'd be amazing. But it looks like all my attack in the world won't be enough. 15. I still am going to do this, though. I'd rather have a powerful turn in which I can do very little than a weak turn in which I can do very little. So, properly entangled. Everything I play gives me defense. Oh, thank God, it picked good targets every time. And that's the best I can do. So this is where I'm going to take straight up take damage. I will keep poison and strike. Actually, ironically, this is the better choice. It costs less and does more damage. That's not irony. That's surprisingly. Okay, I can draw 3. That puts me at a full hand and then discard 1. I'll discard a random defense. Then I can play this and draw up to a full hand again. And now I can play my hand out because I have enough damage here to win the game probably. So remember when I was at that store and I chose to make this a Shiv deck and I wasn't sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea? Clearly it was a good idea. Because Shivs are what's making this deck work right now, more than Poison is. Tempting. But I'm not usually running tons and tons of block right now. This is a free skill that adds a random free skill to my hand. It's free for 1 turn and then it costs after that. But it's still 2 cards played, 2 more armor with After Image. But my deck's 24 cards big. I don't need more junk in there. Yay! I was waiting and I saved this for you. Ha 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 ha, sucker. Let's heal, which of course makes something free, and well laid, which makes something else free. And then let's stab, and we didn't get lucky enough to make this free, so we'll pay for it. And we'll doppelganger, since this is probably the most doppelgangering I'm gonna get. And end turn, and retain both. What's that? I'm not confused. Ha ha! Confusion randomizes the cost of all your cards. Not good when most of your cards are free or nearly free. Good. Excellent. Monkey Paw. Excellent. Monkey Paw. Good. And I'm gonna get a full block without using a single defense card, aren't I? That's awesome. The price doesn't get retained, so I'd rather keep things that are actually useful. Poison. Monkey Monkey Paw, please. Monkey Paw makes this free. Stab. 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 Free. One more. And turn. Keep. Yeah, negating his entire shtick for this fight was very good. I played all my powers. Yep, okay, good. So spinning top by itself can make a deck, but that is not what this deck is. Add 3 Shivs seems really good right now, considering what my deck is doing. If I get the Timekeeper for my final boss, I think I just lose. If I get the I punish you for using powers boss, it'll be hard. Everything else, so the donuts I think I can deal with just fine for the final boss. So I'm hoping for the donuts, I think. Like, he's already starting off in a pretty lousy shape. He's poisoned to 11. I definitely want to get things rolling right away, so make things free. Make things free. Backflip. Play out my free defenses. I don't need any more defense this turn. Monkey Paw. Shiv, Shiv, Shiv. Neutralize. And then keep both of these for an amazing turn later. What is this? Oh, this is awesome! This synergizes really well with my Shiv build. Okay, 41 damage is a lot, so ideally this is the turn to do something that prevents the damage. Unfortunately, this is the turn I don't have many options, so suck. Bullet time for sure. And cripple, because that'll get these damages numbers down. Alright, 22 damage, much more manageable. I can get to dexterity. 11 block. I can also devote all this damage to one of these guys, potentially. That's 6, 13, 18, plus 3 more poison is 21, plus his existence is 26. He'd die in 2 turns if I did that. It's kind of not worth it, but then the collector is shielded, so most of what I do isn't going to hit him anyway, so it's probably not a bad idea. But yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's set these guys on lethal. And set myself up for a good turn later. I could have used this to kill both of them, potentially. If I was going for a perfect victory, I would probably have to do something like that. But I'm just trying to win. I don't care if it's a perfect win or not. If I draw 2 here, that just gives me options. Yeah, let's just do that first. Bullet time is a good option. And I don't have anything else that draws cards here, correct? You know, I take it all back. Bullet time is a lot of fun. This is probably the turn to use this. Just in terms of the sheer DPS boost that it is. I don't know if it's necessary or not, but 12, 12, 12, 8, another 11, 12 more. I don't even know how much damage I did there, but it was enough that I don't need to play my defense cards to defend. Not even paying attention to the fact that one of them was dead already. Okay, he is almost dead. But I can ignore him for 15. I can play 3 block cards. Let's do that. I know it seems counterintuitive, but Oh, I didn't need to play 3, because everything I play gives me block. It's just, I know he's gonna resummon these guys, so I would rather he only have 1 resummon instead of 2. Now I can kill him if I'm so inclined. Although at this point I think I can just kill the boss, right? Yeah, he's dead. Very convincing victory. There's literally no context in which adrenaline does not help your deck. Die, die, die. I have enough methods of dealing damage now. This would be a death sentence for me, because I always play more than 6 cards a turn. Transform and upgrade, I like what my cards do. Empty cage, remove 2 cards. There we go. What 2 cards are the most dud in this deck? This is kind of a dud, but it has helped me often enough, and it removes itself. Basic strikes are kind of the worst card in my deck because I have so much shivving that I do. I vote for 1 block, 1 strike. No, make it 2 strikes. The Shivs do the job of the strikes. Yes! It's the donut boss! I actually have a very legit shot at winning this game. Let's see, if I go monster, monster, questions, merch, campfire, campfire, 0 elites all the way to the end with a fair number of questions. Or another pathway here, merch, no merch, no merch. This pathway has 0 merchants on it, and I have enough money that I would like to hit a merchant at least once or twice. I can only hit 1 on this path. If I fight elites, I can hit more merchants. But elites in Act 3 are really miserable to fight. So I'm just going to go this pathway. Okay. Bismillah. Here goes. Power to make things free. Another power that keeps things free. An awesome power. Or sorry, something that's been made free that used to cost 2. Draw 3, discard 1. Should have done that first so that I could have had after image. Oh well. Another power, make something else free. Draw. Do I have retain? I do not have retain yet. So I think at this point, let's do this. And this. The thing that I most want to find at this point is Envenom, where every attack I do deals damage, or deals poison. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. I do not have any block in this hand. I have Piercing Wail, which is about as good. I have lots and lots of cool powers, but I also kind of want to heal. No, don't think that way. Just play out your hand, man. Play out your hand. I don't have bullet time, so I have to choose what to play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, not that hard. I can afford everything. So let's do this. Let's go well-laid plans and keep this for later so that I can heal 2 after this turn is done. Because Lord knows I'm going to need to heal when this turn is done. Focus down the biggest, strongest of them. See if I can kill one of them at least. Holy cow, I did it. Okay, so now it's just 16 damage. You know what? I think we just did it. We just got through that turn losing 0 health. This deck is very powerful. Not in a I have a synergistic simple combo that wins everything way. In a I'm a giant pile of awesome way. Okay, we'll retain that for later. End turn. I mean, is there any point in playing any of this? No. Keep all of it. This is like keeping a heal 2 for no reason. It's so messed up. Nothing that draws me cards here, so bullet time. Focus down this guy. Alright, he's as good as dead. Why am I not finishing, you ask? Well, because I would rather keep him almost dead and then kill all of them off at once next turn to end the fight. He's gonna die now. I'll see if I can kill him at the same time. Pitch a generic defense. I need 17 defense. I'll get that. There's no question I'm gonna reach 17. Because I'm gonna bullet time, and now I can play my entire hand. Now I just win. That's as good as dead. That's 19. He's as good as dead. Alright, that's game over. Won the fight, didn't lose a hit. Attack potion is attack potion. Block now and later. That's kind of tempting, actually. That's a really good general card. It's upgraded already. The reason I'm hesitating is because thanks to the number of cards I play per turn and draw per turn, blocking isn't a big deal so far. And I'm tempted to kind of just ride that wave out. Make something else free. If that's a defense, so be it. I, in fact, am going to take a little damage here because I didn't draw a second defense card in my first hand, but it doesn't matter because after image and I full heal, and just because I'm insanely unfair, I'm already full healed and full blocked. What started as a not so good deck with no direction has now become a undirected, quite good deck. Alright, I just wanted to make sure that I got rid of that burn before I ended my turn. Another poison stab? No. Discard 2, gain 2? No. We're good. We don't need any of this. Learning when to say no to cards is pretty important. The answer will surprise you because it's often. An upgrade is very critical I get right. Permanently increase decks. Always start with shivving. Shivs deal 5 additional damage. Helps every single turn of the game. This is an exhausting card, so it's not as good. Turning a 5 into an 8 block is nice. So it's really down to this. It's either dexterity, which is always nice, or accuracy. Offense or defense. I vote offense. Finishing fights fast is my most realistic way to win. Oh my god. I don't want to lose any of these cards, but of them, this and this is the critical core of my deck. This is a good juice to keep it running. I can afford to lose Neutralize at this stage. Wait, no I can't. Ah, that's the only thing that applies weak, and that helps keep me alive. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. AoE 3 damage every fight. Draw 2 block and draw a card is nice. It fits with my deck's keep rolling, do more damage style. This is really nice. An extra shiv on top of all my other shiv. I'm full of shiv is what I am. Just completely full of shiv. Card removal service. It's expensive at this point, but I could definitely afford to get rid of something. I could afford to get rid of a generic block, probably, and then pick up a customized backfoot block. I think at this stage, Finesse is pure profit. Infinite Blades is pure profit. Backflip is not pure profit, but it's quite good. Prepared. Draw 1, discard 1, gain 1 armor. I don't know that I like prepared very much. Infinite Blades is really good. Card removal is really good. That's 200. This is 300-ish, so I can't afford all three. If I have to choose just two, I'm going to go Infinite Blades and Finesse, probably. Make my deck better by adding more good stuff to it. Do I also have this? How many cards do I have that draw me cards? I've got draw 2, I've got draw 3, discard 1. That's about it. So yeah, it wouldn't actually hurt to have a block card that lets me keep rifling through my deck. Damage and replace yourself? No. No, we're good, we're good. That's fine. Move on. This feels so pointless. Draw 3, discard 1. Discarding a defense since he's not attacking. Make something free. Hit him. Draw 2, discard nothing. Make something free. Hit him. Make something free. Action in 2. Another card. Another card. Make my entire hand free, but no more drawing. Lots of Shivs. Lots of accurate Shivs. Because I can. Turn 1, 30 defense, heal 12. Unfortunately, that needed to be turn 2, and it wasn't. What? Oh my god, I have Spinning Top. I completely forgot I had Spinning Top. That probably won't proc very much this game, but it's pretty fun to see it proc at least once. And hey, look, I still have 1 power left to heal with. Backflip. I'm already full blocked, so let's just retain the good stuff here. Keep kicking the Maw's ass. Shiv, Shiv, Blades, Shiv, 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 Blades, Shiv, Shiv, Poison. And just because I'm incredibly immature, Doppelganger, not immature, sorry, incredibly greedy, because that's just going to be another whammy turn here. Replace yourself with something better. Get rid of all the Shivs, get rid of all the Shivs. Draw 3, pitch 1. What do I not need? I'll tell you what I don't need. Hilariously, I don't need block. Even though he's about to hit me with one of his strongest attacks right now. I have so much defense coming in. If I bullet time here... No, not yet. Draw first. Now I can bullet time. If I so... Yeah, I should bullet time here. There we go. Now I'm ready to start blocking, but I'm already full blocked. So keep these for later. I made him look trivial. That felt good. This turn, your next skill is played twice. Which skill am I using that with? Doppelganger, Piercing Wall, Acrobatic, Blade Dance. Oh my god, with Blade Dance that would be psychotic. With any generic block it's okay. It's an extra card that I don't need, but it does look like fun. It turns into a clone of another good skill card, and it can be held until it's useful. It's more for the Kish value, but you know what? Hell with it. I'll take it. Again, if only I didn't have a Fusion Hammer and a Smithy on all of these, that'd be awesome. Heal 25 before the boss. Oh, I have a weird feeling I'll already be full healed by the time the boss comes. This is quickly proving to be a pretty slow deck, unfortunately. Some decks play faster, this one clearly does not, but that's okay. Slow and steady wins the race, etc, etc. That's fine. And when I say slow, I mean in terms of how long it takes to play the hand out. I can actually go ahead and burst Blade Dance right now. Or, let's do this first. Follow the monkey paw, see what comes free. I can burst Acrobatics, draw 6, discard 2. That gets me through most of my deck, including potentially digging down to accuracy. That's actually probably the better move. Draw 3, pitch 1. I'll pitch a... Actually, I kind of need some block right now, so I'll pitch a Shiv. Draw 3, discard 1. Pitch a strike. I'm going to need all my mana for sure. Let's play accuracy and make something else free. We got a free block. Good. More block. Good. If 15, I'm already full blocked, so I can afford to go full out for broke. That guy is one step away from dead. Poisoning will make him dead by next turn, so focus on someone else. So one of the most common mistakes, well, not how do I know it's common? One of the mistakes I've used to make more commonly against this was trying not to actually kill them until everything was lined up. It's honestly easier to just kill them freely and then repeatedly kill them as a means of damage reduction, because when they're dead, they spend a turn regenerating, where you're not dealing with their DPS. And then they come back at half health, so you don't have to full kill them anyway. Alright. Retain Burst and Doppelganger. Of course, don't get me wrong, if it's in your power to time everything correctly, then salute to your good health, but don't make it your biggest concern. I was worried that I wasn't going to have good targets for this skill, but I have a lot of good targets. Turns out I have a lot of skills that are worth using more than once a turn. 36 poison from having bursted that flask on one target. Cripple Cloud. It exhausts itself so it doesn't stay in the deck, and against the AoE final boss I will actually be happy to do that. Start each combat with 1 extra dex point. That's kind of nice. More defense is always good, but I'm going to take this. Granted, it makes my first pass a little bit more clunky, but it makes my end game much more potent. Let's go with Burst the Adrenaline, gain 2 actions and 4 cards. First make stuff free. Okay, well now it's free, so now it's just totally worth it. 2 actions and 4 cards, which gives us After Image, which I'm definitely going to play. Which makes Footwork free, which I'm definitely going to play. Cripple Cloud is very good. I kind of want to play it. Let's dig and make sure I don't get anything better. I did not. Pitch a generic strike. I can't afford it this turn. Thing is, there's a lot of damage coming at me right now, and I don't have much defense. I can do this to get some cheap defense right away. If I do this, I'll probably full block most everything. No, let's make something free. There we go. Something free. And I can probably go full out and take something out. If I Cripple Cloud, I get weaken all of these guys. That's roughly going to be 2, 5, 7-ish damage reduction. And then all the Shivs. Yeah, let's do that. I'm pretty sure this is better. 16. Yep, full block. I didn't do the exact math, but it turns out I got the right result. And this next set of cards I'm going to need to find is my Poison Clouds. Shivs deal more damage, definitely. Stab you so that you're dead, stab you. I don't need any of this. Perfect. Alright. Let's go with block and roll. Make something cheap. Shiv you out of the equation. Poison you guys thoroughly. I have enough block that I can afford to actually attack into you, even with the reflector up. Perfect. Don't need it. Let's do this. Which then allows me to do this. And that. And I don't want to take damage, but that's okay because of After Image. Perfect, and that's it. That should do it. This deck feels so powerful right now, and it's the weird kind of powerful where it's not like doing any one thing right. You know what? Hell with it. I want a 30 card deck. Go. Dex is... Any power is welcome in this deck. Start with powers. Okay, keep going with powers. Okay. Burst my acrobatics, probably. Let's pitch a generic strike, because I have a good feeling about this. I don't need that. Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna bullet time and play the whole hand here, I think. Right, this guy's gonna need to be... have all of his artifacts removed to be poisoned. Do I want to do this now? Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not able to full block. I'm going to take 3 damage. There's no helping that. Fortunately, I haven't played even most of my powers yet, so I'm going to get it all back. That should do it. That definitely does it. And let's make sure that I don't get any more junk in this deck. And now he's exposed, so poison should pierce right into him. Back flip, please. Thank you. I could have Crippling Clouded, but I was hoping to get it for free with these cards. I did not have any luck, unfortunately, in hitting it. Yet. Oh, there we go. My luck. Yeah, somehow I got 23 block while digging my deck and playing all my powers and full healing, and this deck is nuts. This deck is so nuts. Ha ha ha! Shivs for days. If he didn't die to poison, he's gonna die to the sheer quantity of damage I'm dishing out. It's a race. Will I kill him by poison or will I kill him by whatchamacallit? Sheer damage. I don't need this. Don't be so cocky. That's good. That's good. Backflip first. If I backflip, I can't bullet time. So that's it. This is the most I can do this turn. Not that it matters. I've already won this fight. Oh my god. So I won by both poison and damage. That's beautiful. In the spirit of hell with it, keep it all, I'm going to take an extra Shiv booster. I don't need it. It may even slow my deck down. And I just don't care. I'm having too much fun. Do I burst that? No. You burst the adrenaline. In this context, you always burst the adrenaline. For value, it's the most value you're going to get. That was actually not nearly as good as I'd have liked it to be. But he's got a pretty weak sauce turn here, so it'll be okay. Actually, here's the thing, and this is just to take a moment to teach. If I dig for cards first, The number of viable mummy hand targets goes from 2 to more, so I should do this first. And then just follow the mummy hands to play all these powers for free, and then Crippling Cloud for free. Let's do the free backflip now, because now it's already free. Can't get cheaper than that. Oh, I forgot the spinning top effect. Not that it matters, I'm already full healed and full powered. Let's go... paw... draw... paw... blade dance... stab, 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 stab... empower... and turn and retain. Overdrew the hand. Okay. Massively poison, I guess? Let's try to do this not taking any damage. Take 1 damage, cannot be helped. There was probably a turn ordering that would have saved that I'm not thinking about. No, as in I'm not going to think about it, it's not important. There is a power left in my deck, so I should really try to draw into that for the sake of the heals. If at all possible. There we go. Full healed. End of your existence. Your exterior attack damage is doubled. Oh, that's rich. No, we don't need that. Wait, who am I kidding? I should have taken it, just in the spirit of take everything. Alright, now for the easiest final fight ever, I hope. 20 damage coming in, huh? It's a good thing I'm starting with After Image. Before I forget, plated armor, please. I don't need that yet. Okay. Monkey Paw hits. Strike. Well, that's a waste. Burst the Finesse for an extra card draw. This is actually a pretty awful... In terms of getting the ball rolling, this is not great. Still, full playing the hand is full playing the hand. And I always go for him first because he strengthens them both, so the longer he's alive, the harder the fight gets. And should I keep both of these? Yeah, I keep both of these. Oh, nope, he was doing 20 damage. I need to defend 2 more. Oops. Okay, well, it's a good thing I can heal. Footwork, bouncing, bullet time. Let's see what else I'm gonna get. There seems to be no reason to not bullet time this hand. There's no card draw available. And that lets me doppelganger for a massive amount. Okay. Dexterity lets me block, I'm pretty sure, for the full amount at this point. Alright, the artifact has now been removed, and that is the full amount. It's weird, I'm focusing him and he's already been hit by poison so much. This is the whammy turn I was building to last turn, and boy howdy is it a whammy. Let's follow the monkey, let's play follow the monkey paw, so Noxious Fumes makes this free, this makes this free. I don't want to play that yet. This makes this free, we'll play this. This makes this free, not interested. Follow the monkey paw, or draw more. This makes this free, this makes this free. Okay. I am not quite full blocked, but I will be shortly. Draw 3, please. pitch a simple defense. Backflip now is block 10. We're still not full blocked. This would, however, render that moot. So let's do it. Oh, I forgot. He had artifact. Still, he doesn't have artifact now, and I can actually save this for later. Because even without the plate armor, I've got a full block there. Alright, what now? 24, huh? I think I have you. Let's go... Shiv. By the way, do you notice how hard these Shivs are hitting? The 4 damage Shivs are now 12 damage Shivs because of all the boosts to Shiv damage I have. What the Shiv? Draw please. Draw some more. Get all this junk out of my deck. Simple strike and end turn. Bullet time and bouncing flask. Be good to play next turn. Okay, I got burst off of bouncing flask, which is... I have 0 defense in this hand. This is my worst hand for defense. This game. Okay, not 0, I have some. And then it's the replay of the same. Defense, strike. Free attack, please. I think that's about as good as I can do, which unfortunately means I will not get a perfect award for this fight, which I was kind of going for. Well, I think I already messed up earlier, right, for 1 damage, so no harm done. That's a lot of damage coming in. If that hits, I'm in trouble. Big if. Let's burst the Acrobat. Draw 3, pitch a Dazed. Draw 3, pitch a Dazed. Draw another, keep the Dazed, it's fine. Draw 2, yes, that's fine. And bullet time the hand. There we go, finally got him down. And that'll do it. I should have drunk that, my bad. Honestly, that's game. I mean, I know I keep saying that, but there's literally no way they can possibly come back from this anymore. I'm hitting for, on average, much more than 50 damage a turn, and blocking, so... That's actually a really cool combo. Discard your whole hand, but then have the top so you get to keep going. Alright, that should just end it completely. I almost feel sad letting this end because of how much fun it's been, but... when you reach the last page, close the book with a handful of 12 damage Shivs. So let's review. The deck's core engine is After Image for defense, and 1-2 cards that generate Shivs per cycle, plus 1... do I only have 1? I have 2. 1-2 infinite blades to generate Shivs per turn. Accuracy makes those Shivs meaningful, and I have 2 of them. But here's the kicker, and I do think this strongly. This bird-faced urn, which I was completely unimpressed with when I first picked it up, sent me down the road of turning powers into a regen mechanism, and Mummified Hand let me further that end by making them chain to each other. So if you look at it from that lens, this is heal 2, heal 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Heal 20 if I pass through my deck and play the powers out once or twice. That alone would have been really hard for most of my enemies to overcome. I've had runs where I don't get even offered even half as many good cards. Noxious Fumes, I once did a run where I only got one of it the entire run. Um, Bullet Time, the card that I got as my random starting rare, it's interesting. I'm not really sure what I think of it after having used it this much. It's obviously got fun value and it's useful. I think that it combos very nicely with well-laid plans. You keep it in reserve until you're ready to use it. And it also combos reasonably well with Doppelganger? Where's Doppelganger? Doppelganger? Because if you have both of these in your hand, you bullet time, and then you use your however many action points you have left to for a big doppelganger, since everything else costs 0 already. So you get one whammy turn off the bullet time, and then you draw X plus 1, gain X plus 1, and get a second whammy turn the second time also, with full hands. There were a lot of cards in here that don't need to be. Crippling Cloud, Burst are definitely just for fun, unnecessary. Finesse is harmless, but, not necessary. Backflips definitely aided in the whole I can keep going forever. I didn't put a lot of them in until the end. First, because I wasn't offered them early, but second, because I knew that the boss I was up against, and this is important to understand, I checked for the donut boss before I started the third world, right? I was at the bottom. If I had seen that it was the Time Eater, I probably wouldn't have added most of this to my deck. Maybe the powers I would have added, because they just make you more powerful and you play them once. But these cantrips cost 0, gain 2 block, draw 1 card. They're just not worth it against him. You want to focus on playing out the Shivs, the 12 damage Shivs, and upgrading said 12 damage Shivs. Fusion Hammer was definitely worth it. I'm glad I ran with that. Not being able to upgrade these cards was meh. Like, it'd be nice if but I feel like upgrading every card in your deck is important when your deck is 9 or 10 powerful cards. When it's a hodgepodge of 30 good cards that generally support each other with generally good relics, it's okay to have an unupgraded Piercing Will or unupgraded Defend or whatever, because it's drowned out by all the good stuff, the high quality stuff. Draw becomes more important as your deck becomes bigger, and you'll notice that I think this is in the order they were added, right? Take a look at the order in which I gained cards, and notice how I didn't have draw cards at first, almost at all, except for Doppelganger, right? And then when you start getting into I have lots of cards now, I picked up an Acrobatics, and a Backflip, and a Backflip. Because the more cards you have, the more you need to be able to dig for the cards you need. That's about as much as I feel like I can take away messages I feel I can get from this. Really, really enjoyed that run. It was a lot of fun. I'm really glad I was recording. The score is terrible. I haven't started playing for score yet. And the reason the score is terrible is because I dodged every elite in the third world, and I only killed one initially, and none of them were perfects, and I didn't get the event that lets me replay an Act 1 boss, and yeah, so I did a lot of things wrong there. Deck size is nice. Could have been bigger, but it was quite nice. And it could have been smaller, but yeah. Alright. That should about do it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.